Jack Mahlers and Dave Portnoy were kind of going back and forth. And this is a misconception that I hear from a lot of people. And the misconception is, Nico, I'm late to Bitcoin. It's $92,288. Like, I missed it. I thought I was late to Bitcoin. First time I bought Bitcoin, $600. I thought I was super effing late. I was like, man, people were buying this for $1. People were buying this for $10. Like, I missed the train. There's no way I'm going to ever catch up. That's wrong, because when this thing's trading at millions of dollars per coin, which will inevitably do because it is the superior asset, you're going to be like, dude, do you remember when like Bitcoin was at 92,000 and I could have stacked some? I think instead of saying 92,000 from now on, I'm just going to say 0.1 million, right? It's just better. Anyways, and also not to mention the unit bias. Remember, guys, there's 100 million Satoshis in one Bitcoin. So Jack Mahlers is going to explain to Dave Portnoy. Of course, Dave Portnoy continues to say he fucked up. I have the video for you guys. Let's check it out. Here's Dave Portnoy.
I fucked up Bitcoin again. I have it, but I was going to buy $2 million on the ledger with Barstool, and I think I said I want in the 40s. I went to do it. I literally switched the money into Kraken, and by the time I got the $2 million into Kraken, was it 39 or 49? It was back over the threshold, and my CFO's like, want me to buy it? It's like, no, we wait for it to go back to this number and then buy the 2 mil, and it just never went back. I've given up on crypto. I love crypto. I own it. It's on the ledger, not as much as I'd like. It keeps me up at night, time to time, because it's like, if I just put 10 million, I would have made 10 million. So that haunts me. But I'm almost at peace with it. It'll just always be that sweet piece of ass that got away, you know?
All right, everybody. Dave Portnoy absolutely being freaking hilarious. I'll tell you guys a personal story. So I bought the top at 20,000. I bought a whole coin in 2021 at the $68,000 peak. It felt freaking horrible when we went down to 16,000. I was like, damn, bro, I could have bought like 3. What the F was I thinking? The point I'm trying to make is this is just Bitcoin. And this is why dollar cost averaging is like the best strategy, because you're going to buy the top. I mean, Opti, I'm sure you've bought the top. I'm sure Brian
tops has
I'm sure Brian
timestamps.
you've bought the top as well. It's like everyone just buys the top because you don't know. So the best strategy I recommend is dollar cost average. You are not late to Bitcoin. And here's Jack Mahlers explaining that.
Listen, thinking you're late to Bitcoin is a failure of ego. I'll repeat that again. Thinking you are late to Bitcoin is a failure of ego. Bitcoin is an ego test. Late to Bitcoin, according to who? Oh, you're comparing yourself to your childhood friend. Oh, you're comparing yourself to people on the internet. Oh, you're comparing yourself to your coworker. That's why you think you're late to Bitcoin. What is that? That's a failure of your ego. That's an insecure, small person. All of those, that has nothing to do with Bitcoin. You think you're late to Bitcoin? Michael Saylor just bought $2 billion worth of it. You're late? Where? How? Bitcoin's an ego test. As soon as you can sacrifice your ego and say, I'm not bigger than this thing, I can't control this thing, I am one with this thing is more important than me, it's bigger than me, it's when you become a Bitcoiner. You join the network, you have every single equal right with everyone else on the network. There's no hierarchy, rules with no rulers. That's when you become a Bitcoiner. So I think thinking that you're late to Bitcoin is a failure of ego. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Listen, at the end of the day, you got to put your money somewhere. You got to put your time and energy, your effort, your labor somewhere, right? You get up, you go to work, you contribute to this world. You got to store that value somewhere. You're not going to store it in the best place to store it in human history because you're comparing yourself to your friend? What type of man are you? Come on. So I don't know. Like, I just don't get that. Don't compare yourself to other people. Decisions are made at the margin. You wake up every day, you contribute value to the people around you. You got to put that value somewhere. Bitcoin's the best place to put that value, period. So there's no top. There is no being late or early. Again, Bitcoin's not a hedge, it's the solution. Every single day that you wake up and you do things for others, you create value for society, and you have to store that value. You put it in Bitcoin, obviously. It's been the correct answer for the last 15 years. It'll be the correct answer for the next 1,500.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly why they call them Jack mother effing ballers. Anyways, guys, Jack dropping the mic, completely correct. Bitcoin is an ego test. Anyways, I'm going to pass it on to our boy Brian. Brian, what are your thoughts? What that wisdom from Jack Ballers, bro? Like, dude, you know, it's so good every single time.
I mean, that was like a Jack Goggins speech, dude. That was a man up, push through. I've never seen him talk like that. And I think that it's because we get this and he's trying to break through this thing that we have as humans, because we inherently want and need to compare ourselves. But the comparison here that makes sense is comparing Bitcoin to the dollar, man. Like you're never late, because the merits of the dollar are continuing to do dollar stuff. It's continuing to go up, and Bitcoin is left unchanged. That fact does not change at all. And let me prove it to you. If you do want to compare yourself to other people, if you don't want to take Jack's analogy, or you don't want to take his buck up and man up perspective, if you want to compare yourself to other people, don't compare yourself to the dude that bought Bitcoin at $10 and miraculously held, which most of the people that bought at 10 didn't hold, by the way. But let's say your buddy tells you that. If you want to compare yourself to the 99% of people out there. Walk around and ask your friends and family, do you know how many Bitcoin there are? And most people will not be able to articulate the fact that there are only 21 million Bitcoin. They might be able to tell you the Bitcoin price. They might be able to tell you it's some digital crypto thing, but they won't be able to tell you that there's only 21 million. And why does that matter? It's because the world hasn't caught up to the idea that Bitcoin is finite. People haven't even grasped that concept yet. So until everybody knows that concept, you're not late. That's just a fact. You're not late, because not everybody knows that. Not even the majority of people know that. So if you do want to compare yourself, which Jack says don't, but if you're going to, you are early. People don't get this yet.
100%, dropping wisdom. Brian DeMint. I mean, bro, this guy's written some of the most epic books that are right behind him: Bitcoin Evangelism and Parallel. So yeah, man, Brian DeMint dropping the wisdom like always. Anyways, guys, I think we just broke an all-time high on on Simply Bitcoin Live on YouTube. So shout out to
didn't just break it, blowing through it right now. This is crazy. Let's
732 watching live just on YouTube alone. Shout out to all you guys. Can't believe it. And appreciate it. If you guys are enjoying the live stream so far, smash the like button. Also, shout out to the 1,000 of you guys watching on X, and of course, shout out to the 100 of you guys watching on Rumble, and of course, we are streaming on Nostr. Nostr stream is doing well also. Anyways, guys, we love you all. We're gonna be right back.
Wait, Nico. Let me chime in here, because I think there's a very good lesson to learn from Dave Portnoy, and it's something we tell you guys constantly. You see this play out with new entrants into the Bitcoin space, is everyone wants to time their Bitcoin buys. Yes, in hindsight, it's always a good idea to be like, man, I wish I bought the dip here. Like, I wish I knew that, 3.5K in 2020 was going to be the absolute bottom. I should have gone completely in it. And you see Dave Portnoy falling into that really bad thinking here. Everyone thinks they can time Bitcoin, and time in the market beats timing the market. So look, love Dave as an entrepreneur out there, but his Bitcoin journey is super rough. And I forget what the meme goes, but if you're smart, you learn the lessons on yourself. But if you're wise, you listen other people and you learn from what they're doing. So don't make the same mistakes that Dave Portnoy is making. Just time in the market beats timing the market. Consistently buy Bitcoin. Yes, you can time some dips here. This is buying the dip territory, but you want to consistently buy Bitcoin. This is how you win on your Bitcoin journey. Go on, Nico.
Hey, if Bitcoin hits between $160,000 to $240,000 a coin by next year, you're going to want to make sure that Bitcoin is safe and secure. And the best way to do that is to master your self-custody skills. The number one place that you can find a one-on-one expert and coach to help you do that is thebitcoinway.com. Their experts and specialists will help you to navigate the journey into self-custody, managing your privacy and your cybersecurity, whether you're just managing your own wallets, whether you're running your own node, so that you can maximize the number go up technology of Bitcoin, but also the freedom go up technology of Bitcoin, which is just as important. Schedule a free consultation with their team today at thebitcoinway.com.